I've been using this deck for a couple of months now, and it's the best deck that has no Evas, and it's so strong it doesn't even need win conditions, but I haven't been playing for a couple of days after reaching top 3000, so I'll be pushing a top 10k in this video. On to the first game here. I did attempt to commentate live, but I was losing heaps of games, because it's hard to multitask, so you'll get an extra couple games in this video. Starting off, we go Monk in the back first play because we have Fisher in hand, but he goes Golem at the same time, which isn't great for us. I'll pop the ability to keep it on my side because Golem doesn't run much splash and we don't have anything good to play. I probably could have cycled my Barb Barrel or something here, but we didn't play great defense, so I'm just going to speed it up. But he only has arrows and nothing to really instantly kill our troops. So our main plan is just to build a big push with Monk and healers and try and keep everything alive. And then just keep cycling to more healers. We do need to watch out for the evolution E-Dragon when we make our push, so we'll just build the push up on our side and save the lightning and elixir for when he plays it. The main plan is to keep everything alive, so using both our healers on these zappies mean the E-Dragon and the Knight were a waste of elixir from our opponent. He plays a Golem in the back at the same time, thinking those zappies aren't an issue, but that was a massive mistake. I'll just wait a bit to see what he plays and if we can take tower. He lets us have an easy lightning, so we just need to defend from here. We'll get our zappies down just to slow that Golem. We probably could have played Fisher here to bring that back, but we're mostly trying to save elixir to build up a push. Then we just go for that Mother Witch to get some pigs and distract everything. With 30 seconds left, arrows and tornado aren't going to be enough, so we'll just play the Monk in the back to build a push off of his Golem at the bridge. And then keep it alive with those healers and get a Mother Witch down to spawn piggies and distract everything. And those healers are just keeping everything alive. We just want to protect our Mother Witch a bit more with this Fisherman. And we'll get our Zappies down to kill this E-Dragon. And then we're back to healers, so we can just play two more. But it's pretty much game over here. His only chance is his Evo E-Dragon. So we just need to save enough elixir for the lightning when he plays it. But even if it does get a chain, because of how many troops we've got down, everything should survive anyways. So he's going to keep trying, but there's nothing really he can do. It's just game over from this point. On to the topic of talking while playing again, and I'm amazed at how good some of these creators are at doing it. I tried recording these live and I did a TikTok live for about an hour to get some practice, and my voice actually hurt. I don't really like TikTok though, so I'll get some lives going on YouTube once I get enough subscribers. It says I need 50, but I've hit it and I can't go live yet, so hopefully I can do it after posting this. This game I did overspend at the start, so we do lose a tower. I really need to play slower in single because this deck is heaps better when we have more elixir, but it's a beatdown, so playing like a beatdown player isn't going to hurt us too much. We've seen he has Mega Knight, but when we get healers down, the Mega Knight won't kill anything if they're still full HP. So he's going to have to play other things, and our healers, Monk, Fisherman, they'll all stay alive. So because one of our towers is already gone, we're just going to play as cheap as possible, so we can get a good elixir advantage going into double. And then we're hopefully just going to 3-crown him before the timer ends. So if he plays nothing, we'll just go Monk in the back, but he does. So we'll just use Zappies so they don't get hit by anything and stay full HP. We're just going to let him get heaps of damage here. We'll just take that elixir lead, and then we can play Monk in the back and heal these Zappies up. He's a bit confused by our gameplay. It is a pretty confusing deck. But we get those healers down, and he plays Mega Knight onto it, but the zap does take everything out. But we've hit double elixir now, so we're going to get some more cards going with the Mother Witch here. And then we'll probably play Zappies, because he can't kill it yet. We get that monk ability down, not to reflect anything, but just so it can tank more damage, so the healers can heal even more. And then we're back to healers, so we'll just play 2 of these, just to make our push unstoppable. This wasn't the best monk ability here, because it doesn't really take out the queen. We should have just let it sit there. But with our push being unstoppable, it doesn't really matter. And he doesn't have elixir to go in, so we've just got an easy defense here. And he can't do anything against our push, so we take the win. Going into the next games here, I do get 2 matches in a row where I just win with 1 push in single. So being aggressive can be good sometimes. So here we have Monk and Fisherman. So we just play the Monk in the back because we can Fisherman most things that he might play, like a Hog Rider or even a Battle Ram. He plays Bat, so we just Mother Witch that. And then these rascals aren't the best, because we can just pop our ability here, even after those vines. And that healer will heal up everything. With him using Ice Golem there, he's got to be low on elixir or a bad cycle or a bit of a combo. And then that mini Pekka just basically means he's all out of elixir. So he's just desperately trying to get damage, but really here he should be saving up his elixir so he can at least kill some of our stuff. Because if things are still alive, the healers are just going to heal them up and he won't get value from getting damage on our troops. Going into the next match here, and a lot of these cards synergize pretty well together. Like the Fisherman can pull in mini tanks to get the healers healing everything and stop mini tanks from getting value. And then the Lightning can take out range units like Witch or even Musketeer or Wizard. Same as our Monk, he can reflect those range units. And even if there aren't range units, the Monk ability can tank a lot of damage to help the healers get closer to things and start healing. And the Mother Witch can just deny their ability to distract with cheap cards or swarms, like Skeleton Army or Skeletons. Against recruits though, you just want to focus on one side and almost completely ignore the other, while you just build up a big push. And against my deck, if the cards they're playing are only getting a bit of damage on our troops, with these healers down, they're basically throwing elixir on the ground. Into the next game here, and we're facing Logbait, which is actually a pretty difficult matchup. You kind of have to do some weird plays, especially when they don't have Princess in hand. You really want to go in single, because those princesses in the back you can't do anything against. And if you pop your Monk ability, a lot of the times they're going to activate King Tower. You can kill the princess with a Monk ability, but you need to perfectly time it, so it's not the best play in a lot of situations. This guy does have cannon though, so our Monk ability will provide more value against this matchup, but if they have Inferno Tower, it's pretty difficult. So we just ignored that barrel there, because if we can't take tower here, we probably never will. We just want to keep going in and get as much damage as we can, because further into the game it's going to feel impossible, especially if he has a rocket. And he's got Evo Barrel up next, so we just want to watch out for that when it comes. And try and keep our towers as healthy as possible. So yeah, we've done enough damage, we're just setting up for that Evo Barrel. Getting that princess off the board before he can block it. and use the Evo barrel with it. And then we just wait here. And yep, there's the Evo barrel. So we just Mother Witch the middle and play a mini tank up the top. And it deals with it pretty good. Right here, all we need to do is lightning to take the tower, so we'll just go full defense. And we can just monk on that weak tower side. So if he lets it cross, we can just get an ability and maybe take it by that. And if he doesn't, we just get more value. And then just defending whatever other things he plays, mirroring our bar barrel here just to take out that goblin barrel. And then activating our ability to do a bit more damage. Maybe we can get another monk ability or even a Mother Witch piggy to take the rest of that, so we're not spending a full lightning on it. But that bar barrel does get a hit on the tower and takes it, so we just need to defend from here. We do have a lot of troops down, so going in might be an option, and he blocks the bridge. But with the countdown going, we might as well just completely defend it and not take any risks. Into the next game here, and this guy's got a Pekka banner, so I'm kind of assuming Pekka, but I don't want to make any plays on it just yet. But seeing that bandit, I'm pretty much assuming Pekka right now, and then he just plays it in the back there. So we just need to cycle to our zappies, and there are some new Pekka decks that run Fireball that aren't great for us, but this guy has the poison, which is actually pretty good, because if we can get healers and a fisherman down, our zappies and Mother Witch don't really die. So all we need to do is just stack up zappies and healers. And because he has no great splash, we can just stun that Pekka with the zappies, and it should be good. So right here, we're just going to play monk in the back and just kind of play slow just to get a decent elixir advantage if we can. Yeah, just playing slow, seeing what he's gonna do against this. And he still needs to react to that monk, otherwise it's gonna get a big hit. But he does nothing, so we just play the fisherman, maybe going for a push here with zappies and healer. He plays bandit into that. We can get 2 healers down on these zappies just to keep them alive. And that fisher does die, but it's not a big issue now that his poison is out of cycle. Yeah, those healers landing hits and healing up those zappies made that poison kind of useless. It was basically throwing elixir on the ground there. And he's got another poison down, but we can just keep on cycling healers. I probably should have waited until the tower was gone so I could play that on the zappies. But we've got enough troops down where he just loses the game here. And then going into our next match, it's against Sparky, which you might think is a good matchup, but I struggle against it sometimes. This guy's also running lightning, which surprised me, but I think a couple Sparky decks do run lightning. But yeah, we just monk in the back just because we have Fisher in hand. And he plays Mega Minion on the other side, but that might get pulled to the monk if we let it go. Yeah, there's the Sparky, so we just pop our ability. It doesn't completely kill it, which is kind of annoying. It's probably the main reason why it's not a great matchup for us, because we don't really have a small spell that can hit their side of the arena. So if we want to completely kill it, we need to play a lightning on it as well. And wasting 6 elixir on something that has that little health isn't the greatest trade. But yeah, there we see his lightning, so he's got Sparky lightning. We can block the Mother Witch from being lightninged if we play the Zappies first, because they've got the same amount of HP. If we play the Zappies after the Mother Witch, the lightning does target the Mother Witch. Yeah, that lightning probably wasn't the best. I probably should have just gone Mother Witch into that. And he's gonna make a push here. We just need to defend it. I don't play the best monk because it brings the Dark Prince over. I kind of wanted those Zappies to stun the Dark Prince, but we deal with everything pretty fine here. We are probably low on elixir, but we're just going to apply pressure with these Zappies. And then we might just have to ignore that Mega Minion here. Then just deal with this Dark Prince with a healer and kind of reset here. He goes Hunt to the back. We're just going to lightning that to get damage on the tower. And then we'll just monk into this side, just to slow down that Goblin Giant and stop him playing Sparky, but he does it anyways. But we can just ability and bar barrel onto that. I think he tried to snowball my monk into the Sparky before I could get my ability down, but it doesn't really work. And with all these Zappies down, we can get a healer and another monk, because he's already back to Sparky, and there it is. We'll pop our ability and we're going to have to lightning to it, but we didn't have enough elixir, so it still gets that shot. Enough of our Zappies survived that to get another response out of him. And we're just going to defend that and then look for an opportunity where we can build a push. He plays the Mega Minion, so we'll just play the Mother Witch into that, just to defend it. And then Zappies, just in case we have an opportunity here to build a push. But he plays a Sparky, so we're going to have to defend that. We played our monk a bit too high, so the Sparky didn't get in tower range, so we had to bar barrel onto it. This fisherman's going to pull in the Goblin Giant, and we can just heal it to keep it alive. And again, looking for opportunities to build a push, trying to keep everything alive. Activating the ability on the Sparky there, we were a bit late, but it doesn't really matter. It was going to get shots on our troops anyways. There's the lightning again. This fisherman does take a hit from the Sparky, but 2 healers down, we can kind of just lightning this Sparky here. And we are up damage, so we don't want to be too aggressive. Just using that bar barrel to kill the Sparky. But the Sparky still survives. I'm not making the best plays here, and with 20 seconds left, we're going to look for some lightning value here. But he's just going to play everything at the bridge. So we're going to have to get our lightning down and hope our cards can stall that Goblin Giant down. And with the mirror lightning, we kind of steal the win. Finishing up the video here, I did hit 10k in the last match, but I played an extra one, so we're at top 7k now.